Hello and welcome to another episode of Interview with a Schizophrenic. I'm your host, Duncan Tamrasinger, and today, this evening, I have Al, and Al is from Bosnia. He's in his early 30s, and last year was diagnosed with schizophrenia. So, Al, welcome to the show. How are you doing this evening?
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm doing fine. I'm glad to be part of your show. I
Great.
really like your idea.
That's fantastic. Thank you. Um, Al, I want you to tell us about your mental health journey from the beginning, what you went through, how were you treated in Bosnia. If you'd like to talk about that, that'd be fantastic.
Actually, I think I inherited this condition from my mother. Uh, she was diagnosed in her 20s, and I've been actually told I acted in a weird way, even as a baby. You know,
Yeah.
I wouldn't laugh or cry. I would just stare at one spot. So I also exhibited strange behavior growing up, as in my elementary school, in high school, uh, but I think my symptoms skyrocketed in my late teens when I was like 17 or 18 years old. But I never thought that I had schizophrenia. I just thought I was normal. I was living a normal life. I never wanted to be like my mother. I
Yeah.
thought I was better than that. So I actually signed up for uni. I enrolled in a uni and I got kicked out because of my strange behavior. I made an incident once and I got kicked out. But later I started another uni. I actually managed to finish it somehow. And then I was unemployed for a few years. And then I finally managed to find a job. But I was also kicked out because also I exhibited strange behavior and I kind of harassed my colleague. And so I got fired, which led to my first suicide attempt. And then I was admitted to a hospital. And then I went to a psychiatrist. And then I was diagnosed in 2019.
Okay, man, that's quite a tough history you've had there. Um, how are you coping at the moment?
Well, how should I put it? I'm pretty fine. I I accepted it. I accepted my destiny, and I'm trying to live a normal life as much as I can. Even though it's not I'm not doing greatly at the moment. You know, just having these strange ideas
Yeah.
and so forth, and it's hard to go to a psychiatrist because of the
Do you
corona
want
situation.
do you want to
I
talk about
didn't
your
get.
strength?
Yes.
Sorry, do you want to talk about your strange ideas? You don't have to if you don't want to.
Well, yeah, I had like everyone else. I had these delusions and stuff like that. The earliest one I can remember is that like I had some kind of a computer in my brain that was doing calculations and telling me stuff to do, and or I don't know. I thought everybody was in love with me, or everybody hated me, or stuff like that. Just like the
It's
basic
important, you know. These are
delusions. Yeah.
these, yeah, but these experiences, I think it's important to talk about them because we don't get a chance in normal everyday life to do that. Because even today, I had a delusion. I thought that aliens were hacking my phone and playing a joke on me. But later in the evening, when I calmed down, I realized that it was just a mistake I made. You know, but and I'm old and wise now, but I still had that delusion, and it was scary.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the when you get older, you somehow learn how to recognize it and snap out of it.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
when I was younger, I would my delusions will last for like years, and now they
Mm.
last for like an hour or two because I managed to snap out of it somehow. Because I know that I'm gonna get in trouble for
Mm.
thinking like that eventually. So you kind of learn how to snap out of it. I guess you get older
Definitely.
and wiser and have more experience with it.
I mean, do you want to tell us about the feelings you had when you were younger, when you had a delusion, what it felt like?
Well, it didn't feel like anything abnormal. It just felt like I thought everybody had it. I thought
Okay.
everybody else thought like that, or everybody else had a computer in their brain or something like that. So it was just a normal part of my personality. I even thought I was smarter than everyone else. So it's not like
Mm.
that stuff like that hurt me in any way because I was
That's
totally
fine.
obsessed by it. It's like I never thought that it was an illness or something like that.
But I think it's important to hear your experiences. How did you feel in hospital and the way you were treated?
Well, that was a really short treatment. It's not like I was treated for mental illness. I was just treated because I overdosed on the medicine.
Yeah.
So I was given IV and stuff like that. So I wasn't treated for schizophrenia. I was just given how do you call it, like a paper to go to a
Really?
psychiatrist after that. So I
All
went
right.
to a psychiatrist on my own because I knew there was something wrong with me. I sat down and I re-examined my life, and I realized that there was something wrong. And so I went to a psychiatrist, and that was it.
How was the psychiatrist?
Uh, it was pretty bad. I didn't think she was really interested in hearing my problems or finding the solution. So they mostly work based on a template. So it's
Okay.
like, oh, okay, this and this. Here, try this medicine next. I was just like just one of hundreds of people. So it's
But
not like
you know,
she
you
she
know,
took her time to really listen
you
and
know,
help me.
but in my experience in England, England, the great country, even the psychiatrists we have in London, they're not that great, man. They just oh, okay, yeah, you're hallucinating. Have a higher dosage. Oh, you're feeling too drowsy. Cut the dosage down. It's like anybody could do it, right? They don't. They don't say, okay, well, I think there's much more finesse to it if they really wanted. They could say, okay, well, there's this new atypical antipsychotics that have come out. We want to try you on Latuda. Um, if you get any side effects, we've got some medication for side effects. They don't say that. They just make me take the same old medication year after year, and all they can do is change the dosage. It's terrible. It's horrendous.
Yeah,
Absolutely horrendous.
definitely. I agree, but I don't hold grudge against them. It's like they have a lot of work. They're overworked, underpaid. They have hundreds of patients. It's a free healthcare. So it's like not like you're gonna get the best out of best. If you want best, you probably have to pay for it. I know what you mean. Like I went with my mother, and she had severe side effects from her medicine,
Yeah.
and they didn't care. They just said, well, what can you do? And and I actually read the side effects of the medicine. It says like it can lead to death. So
Yeah.
I personally started looking for another solution. So maybe another psychiatrist, maybe a different medicine, or maybe reducing the dosage and stuff like that. So you just have to accept that it's a free healthcare, and you're not gonna get the best service, and you have to find solutions of your own
You know,
sometimes.
I suspect that it's probably more advanced in America. You know, I think because that's where it all happens. You know, I suspect it. Like if say if you went to a psychiatrist in New York, I bet you they're pretty good. I reckon. You know.
Well, probably, the Western society is definitely more advanced, uh, especially compared to Europe and Eastern Europe. Like,
Mm,
first of all, uh, in my country, personally, mental health is a great taboo.
mm,
So, if you are mentally ill, you are seen as a alien, or I don't know, a monster or something like that. Not just schizophrenia, but generally. And schizophrenia is
mm.
like the most, I don't know, most infamous disease ever. In my country, they call it cancer of the soul. So
Yeah.
you can imagine what people think about it. And first of all, the great difference is in treatment. But the
Mm,
first thing that that is kind of like the same in America, in Europe, is the detection of this illness, the diagnosis. So there aren't any mechanisms of detection in schools, in hospitals, police department, and so on. So it's hard to determine who is mentally ill from schizophrenia.
yes,
For
definitely. Yeah.
example, if a student is acting strangely in school, it's highly likely maybe he has schizophrenia, but nobody's going to like help him in any way. That's my personal experience. So I
Mm,
was always treated as a clown or a weirdo or a alien or something like that. So first of all, there isn't any mechanism of detection. That's the same problem in advanced societies, progressive societies, and other ones. You know.
mm,
But the second thing is actually the treatment. Treatment is much better in Western world. I think
yeah.
the medicine are better. There are a lot of different medicines, better psychiatrists, and there is a lot of support, from society, like employment programs. There's none of that in Bosnia. Uh, there's disability. There isn't any disability in Bosnia. I mean, there is, but it's really hard to get, and it's negligible. You get like, I don't know, $50 a month or $100 a month, which is nothing.
Yeah.
And the only thing that helps in my society, at least, is the support of family, friends, people who are close to you. So that's a little bit uh, differs in Bosnia, is that friends and family are more likely to support you. Everything else is a disaster. But I think globally it's going to change. I think it's going to get better because there are no new treatment options, and uh, people are talking more about it, and there are many scientific researchers and so on that are helping.
Yeah, man. You've got a good. You know, you come across as like a really good man. You know, I wouldn't call you anything like the words you've described. You know, I mean, I guess it's maturity, isn't it? You've become sort of an observer of your own life. If you know what I mean.
Well, to be honest, maybe I'm maybe I'm a little bit exaggerating as well, but
Okay.
you have to realize that, my society, Bosnian society, it's pretty uh, conservative.
Mm,
It's a little bit, you could even call it backwards. So
mm.
when a person has like these some strange views, strange ideas, they are better accepted in for example, America,
You know,
because it's a
even
progressive society, and when you have
yeah,
a
it's
little bit
America.
what? Excuse me?
Yeah, in America, I would say yes, it's progressive. Um, even England, it's still we're still struggling with this. Um, I would say that there's a lot of movements, but schizophrenia is not often talked about. It's like the forgotten illness. Nobody really likes to talk about it. So
Yeah,
so
I
yeah.
guess European society is generally similar all around
Hmm.
compared to like America and Canada. They're a little bit more progressive.
Al, I think we're going to wrap this up early because we're having problems. But I want to ask you to say, is there anything else you'd like to say that we haven't covered yet?
Well, I actually wanted to talk about my future. Um,
Go for it.
well, right now it's like I'm having this. I have this wish, so to say. Uh, Actually, I want to. My plans for the future is I want to have my own apartment, and just to be able to hold down a job. So
Okay.
I'm working on it, but
Mm,
actually I'm being held down by cognitive problems.
okay.
So what I actually wanted to emphasize is the problem of cognitive problems in schizophrenia.
Yeah, I
Uh,
know. Memory
they,
and
they 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 tend to get worse as you get older, and
yeah.
that's what I'm struggling with now. And I'm too confused and forgetful, and I I find it hard to focus and stuff like that. So being able to hold down a job is pretty much impossible.
Mm,
So that's what I think that research in schizophrenia is going to have to go in this direction, to help many people struggling with this disease. And
mm.
the problem is that medicine doesn't help with it. Medicine only helps with positive symptoms, hallucinations, and stuff like that. So that's what I actually wanted to
I can
emphasize.
tell you
And
something. I can tell you
yes.
something. When I started my job
Hmm.
after 7 years of unemployment, it was really hard, but my brain got sharper. My brain got sharper when I was doing the job. Because I had to think, I had to concentrate. So I think you just have to be brave and just go for it, and then you'll find strength. You know, you'll find strength that you can actually do it and conquer it, and your brain will get stronger. You know.
What helps me is that I exercise and I eat healthy, and I think that's my advice for everyone else struggling with this
Mm,
disease. It's imperative to exercise and eat healthy. That really helps with all of the symptoms, even with the side effects of schizophrenia, like sometimes you get anxious or depressed or stuff like that, and it really helps
Yeah.
exercise,
No,
eating
oh, yeah,
healthy, and
definitely. Yeah, exercise, eating healthy, definitely. Those are important factors. Um, but you know something, I just got annoyed that there's a lack of good role models for people with schizophrenia disorders, and it's just frustrating. And I just want to improve the image of schizophrenia and give people who are diagnosed. I just want to give them hope. You know that they can be something better than what they might have been thinking about. You know, they can achieve what they want to achieve if they really just go for it. You know.
you know what I think about it? It's like the main reason we are so ostracized by society because society is so one-dimensional.
Mm,
The only thing that is respected is like the average Joe.
mm,
The guy who has the average job, two kids, a wife, house in the suburbs, and everything that is different than that is abnormality. I think we have uh, persons with schizophrenia. I think we have some unusual gifts. I think
yes.
the first guy from the interviews, Frank, talked
Yeah.
about it a little bit.
Yeah.
That we have like maybe a gift to uh, communicate with the spiritual world, something like that. There
Mm,
was a lot of talk about it. A lot of people talked about like Terence McKenna, Alan Watts, and so on.
mm,
So I think we should embrace our eccentricity, the fact that we are different. We have a different way of thinking, and I think that society should also accept us as different people.
yeah.
I think we have some kind of
Yeah.
thinking
No,
that
definitely.
maybe could help people in some way.
I mean,
And when
yeah, definitely.
yeah,
I
when I think
think,
whenever I embraced my weirdness, my eccentricity, I was happy, and
yeah.
I was even better accepted by people. And
Uh,
whenever I tried to be like an average Joe, I just failed miserably. So I think that society shouldn't really be focused too much on treating schizophrenia and turning us into average Joes. Maybe just a little
yeah.
bit. But I think it should also learn how to accept us because I think we are unique in some way.
Yeah, if anything, we can open the minds of just regular people, that people with schizophrenia experience phenomena which is beyond current accepted norms. What we experience is some strange stuff there. So I think if it's spirituality, whatever, I think people could learn about it because at the end of the day, life is pretty short. Life gets fast. Life can go pretty damn fast, and we don't stay on Earth forever. We go somewhere else. So if we that's the end game. So perhaps people with schizophrenia have a slight advantage in the end game because we experience this stuff before we die. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think we have some sort of unique brains, that we understand reality and we observe reality from a different perspective. And I think that people should actually learn how to appreciate it sometimes, and
Oh
that,
yeah,
that we are
definitely.
not like 100% lunatics or something like that.
Yeah, man. Okay, man. Let's wrap it up. What music do you like that I can add up to the end? What kind of do you like? Electronic or rock or pop music or
Should I give you like a specific song or just a
just
music genre?
just a genre now?
Well, yeah, you can electronic music or house, some kind of house at the
Do
end.
you like energetic or kind of?
Yeah, something like a happy, something you
Yeah. Okay.
can
Cool. Cool. Cool.
dance to or something like that.
Okay. 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 Thank you very much. I would love to speak to you again. Perhaps if we maybe next year, if you've got a computer, we'll have another proper interview. If you're interested, it would be fantastic to speak to you again. It was a pleasure to speak to you tonight. I think you have got some interesting insights, and it just adds to this spectacular discussion that we're creating. I think it's just we just need to talk about what's inside us from having this unusual disorder. So absolute pleasure to speak to you, Al.
Sure, thank you for having me. I really like your show, and I'm glad I was given a chance to express my
it's my pleasure.
Point of view.
Okay, thank you very much.
No, sure.
Drama. Hey, I'm starring in this drama.